not looking good at all for NC Yellow. Man, he should have 3 lurkers. Instead, he has 1 lurker. Although he actually has positioned himself with those drone drills, he's managed to force the Zealots back, which is going to work for his advantage. It looks like the Zealots going in again to try to execute some of these drones. It looks like Yellow going to put down another hatchery there also. He's also getting a, also got speed upgraded Overlords, interesting enough. So maybe he was thinking about going for a fast break or something, or just maybe watching out against DTs, but looks like Much doing a good job here, just picking off these sunken colonies before they can put up a real defense there. Meanwhile, as we saw inside of Much's base, he's already getting a robotics facility up, so there's not going to be that much time left for NC Yellow to strengthen his defenses before the real push comes, in which case I'm not sure he's going to be able to hold it off because, like I said, oh no! And there's a DT inside of the base here! I don't know how the DT got past everything, but looks like it does go down with only 1 or 2 kills. That Fangirl is probably not going to get with any, with either Reach or Yellow. Maybe, never mind. No, we're not going to continue with that line of thought about which programmer will get her. Looks like that hatchery, is that out of place or something? I'm not sure. And what is he doing with all these Zerglings? I guess he just wants to go for a frontal assault here, maybe break the cannons with the Lings and then move in with Lurkers, but frankly, without an evolution chamber up even, this is just a bad decision against Speedlots. +1 upgraded Speedlots with 0 armor Lings. You know, he should be just saving up his money for Hydras, which are definitely more efficient at this point. But looks like he's going to send out another squad of Zerglings here, and the last time he sent them out, they didn't do anything. Notice also his drone saturation has some problems. He's definitely not mining from the right position here, I think. I think he could be 1 space closer to the minerals at that second natural, so a lot of things, a lot of errors here from Yellow, quite frankly. I mean, just look at his main, it was so saturated, and now he's getting storm dropped at the natural expansion. Nice work there by Much, just slowly taking apart NC Yellow here, and Yellow, he has to live up to his name, man. I mean, if he can win a couple of games, he can put Yellow Arnak back in his place, but until then, I mean, what good does it do to be the original Yellow? But this might put him back. He's going to go for a drop at the back of Much's base. Does Much have any mobile detection yet? I'm not sure if those observers are out. There is an observer out, but looks like Yellow actually has some Scourge out. So he might be able to Scourge that single observer there, and that might let him be able to survive here. Looks like there's 2 observers actually, so he's gonna need to get both, and he actually picks up his Lurkers. Meanwhile, though, at the same time, Much is destroying Yellow's base. I think I'm not sure what's going on. It's just a crazy, just crazy combat at both ends. This makes for definitely exciting StarCraft here. Definitely like this, and. Yeah, so not sure exactly how much damage either has done to the other, but looks like Yellow going to go for another Lurker drop here. This is what he was doing with the fast Overlord speed, of course. This time looks like he's just going to deny mining there, but the problem is Much has 3 bases against 3 bases of Yellow, so even if Yellow manages to do some damage, he's going to need to pick up another base to really seal off this game, or even just pick up an advantage at all, even if he kills off a couple of probes here. He's going to go for another drop there. It looks like this drop, oh man, both drops failing at the main and at the left side. The one at the main in range of a cannon, which is not good. NC Yellow trying for a very Yellow-esque build, I gotta say. Lurker drops, Lurker play in general is something that Yellow revolutionized, believe it or not. I mean, he came out, Yellow himself came out in the game basically like a year after Brood War came out in 2000, and so NC Yellow himself really revolutionized Lurkers against Medic Marines and against Protoss. Lurker Ling was his combination back in the day, and it definitely is still an efficient combination if you use it right, although there's many things that modern players do that defeat it. And it looks like a bunch of Mutalisks out also for Yellow, so definitely a ton of tech switches, although the overall problem of his game is that he does not have enough bases. I mean, this is just not going to work here. He's going to go in with his Mutaclump here. It looks like he's not even going to bother killing off that Corsair. He should probably kill off that Corsair right now. What is he doing? He's running away now from 1 Corsair and 1 cannon. Actually, that was the perfect time to attack. Not sure what he was thinking there, why he's running way back to his base. So, it's definitely an interesting game here. Really, Yellow playing quite old school here, not expanding as much as a sensible player would nowadays. He's going to go in with the Mutalisk to pick off some Templar here, but I fear all he's doing is just extending this game, preventing much from killing him, but he's not going to pick up any kind of advantage. He's actually going for the cannons now again. If he can kill a lot of probes here, that might work, but looks like we're going to see just a big counterattack coming from Much, and I don't think Yellow's going to be able to stop this with the mediocre, just small forces he has there. You know, he might be able to just get somehow very lucky with his Scourges and pick off all those Observers, although I really doubt it with all the Dragoons and Archons on the ground there shooting up. I don't think he's going to be able to accomplish that. He is going to target the Templar Archives, though. He might get the Archives down, in which case that's going to slow down Much's stream of reinforcements, but once again, I gotta say, I don't think he has just enough in the way of forces to stop this push here into his base. He's going to land his lurkers down. Looks like one of the observers goes down. How many observers are left is the question for Much. The second observer goes down. Is there a third observer for Much? And where is it is the question. Does not look like there's a third observer because Much looks like he's retreating. But looks like he's actually storming the hell out of the lurkers, and there's no lurkers left for NC Yellow. He needs to get some more lurkers up. Looks like he gets one more lurker, but the High Templar might be able to storm the lurkers to death by themselves. I'm not sure how much damage Yellow has managed to do to Much's base there. I think he just got a couple of probe kills. Didn't even take down a full base. Looks like Mutalisk coming back down to defend. There's a Mutal-Ling combination here against Much's Dragoons. He might actually take down this Dragoon force, in which case he could be back in the thick of things. Much actually losing a lot of Dragoons here. Obviously, Mutal-Ling are very good against a couple of Dragoons like this. And looks like he's actually managed to push Much back. However, Much still retains his base there. Looks like Yellow actually could have taken down that Nexus. Once again, perplexing play here from Yellow, not picking off that Nexus. I guess he felt like he needed to pull back, but that Nexus was burning. Now Much quickly has reinforced his forces, and he has a ton of Dragoons, which is going to make it very hard for this. Yeah, Mutal-Ling are not good against mass Dragoons, of course, especially if you have that few Mutal-Ling. So Yellow, I think, needed to do more damage. I don't think he's going to survive this second assault, although he did a very admirable job there of killing off the observers and hence slowing down his demise. 0-0 for Yellow, and we just saw their +2 attack from Much. I don't even think Yellow has an Evil Chamber, to be honest. He just has not been playing a very econ-heavy game, to say the least, this game. I mean, he started off with a drone rush, so, you know, when you start off with a drone sunken rush, and that fails for you, you really can't play a very good game afterwards. Although I gotta say, this has been an entertaining game for Yellow, and he certainly surprised me by being able to hold off that last attack. Really, I'm quite impressed by that, but he doesn't look like he's even thinking about a base. You know, the thing is, if everyone was banned from playing with more than one base, NC Yellow could be like the third best player right now. I'm not even kidding. If Bloodbath was the next Star League map, then Yellow could do great. But the problem is he hasn't even thought about expanding during his entire game. He's been constantly trying to finish Much off, which has been really impossible. 3 base against 3 base, you can't even live for a second like that as a Zerg player. It's just too dangerous. And now a 4th base about to go off for Much. So yeah, I mean, if somehow there was a way of making it so it was 1 base against 1 base, Yellow would do great. I contend that he would be great. But at this point, that hasn't been in the plans yet for Kespa, and it looks like Much now is going to probably finish off NC Yellow. I don't see any Scourge around to deal with these 2 observers that are there, and you know, fact of the matter is he could just storm those lurkers to death. There's not that many lurkers left, although there's a couple more reinforcing, so Yellow doing the best he can here, but I don't see any Scourge following up, and this should be game here with this final attack. Admirable play from Yellow, I gotta say. I think the reason why he went for that fast drone attack is because, frankly, he knows he's out of practice, he knows he's out of date, and in many ways he's an anachronism, a throwback from the past. But at the same time, you know, he did his best. And of course, it's Colosseum, which is a bad map for Zerg. So I think he made the right strategic decision to go for a fast rush. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, and this is generally what happens when your 12 hatch into drone rush doesn't work. And here we're going to see Much finish him off. And, you know, it was definitely good play from Much, too. He never lost the lead. He didn't let the drops from NC Yellow do anything. And really, they just didn't do anything. And I was going to say he prevented Yellow from expanding, but Yellow doesn't know the meaning of expanding beyond, you know, 3 bases. I don't think he's ever had more than 3 bases at a time in any game of his life, because because while he was known for his macro, believe it or not, back in the day, you know, it's basically like StarCraft inflation. Like, back in the day, 3 bases was like the equivalent of like owning $50,000 in the year 1900. I mean, you'd be like a multi-millionaire today, but it's still just $50,000 and it's still just 3 bases today. Anyway, I hope that analogy made sense. We are watching Much on a tear here through Air Force Ace, and I don't know he's going to be able to stop him here, the grandpa toss. So we're going to see now in Game 3 who Ace puts up. Thanks for watching.